Hello, stretching family. Welcome to your daily stretch. Today we are going to be working in our hamstrings. You'll need a couple of props here. You'll need 2 blocks. Make sure they're the 2 exact same blocks here. Maybe a couple of blankets, your yoga mat if you want to use it, and we're going to need some wall space. So make sure you have some wall space. You just need a little bit. We're going to be using it to support us in a forward fold. So we are going to come into our first pose, which is the side saddle stretch. So you'll need your blankets, your mat if you're using it, and a couple of blocks. Gather what you need and then meet me back here on your mat. Great, we're gonna start in this side saddle stretch. That is hard to say that 3 or 4 times fast. You'll need your blocks and you'll need some cushioning for the knees. This is probably going to be the most important part of this pose here, is this cushioning for the knees. It's the most distracting. So go ahead and fold your blanket, 1, 2 blankets, even your mat, in half a couple of times so it's extra thick. And then have your blocks nearby and then meet me in a tabletop position. We're going to bring our knees to the blanket and come forward with hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers. We're gonna slide this left knee out towards the left slightly, so it's not underneath, moving the outside of our hip, and we're gonna extend the right leg long. Bring the heel down. The whole bottom of the foot is touching, it's pressing into the earth. We're bringing the heel out slightly, toes are just slightly in, so that your foot is going to line up with the outer edge of your blanket or your block. And we're going to start to settle in here. I'm going to start the time because we're here for 5 whole minutes. That might feel like forever. So I'm going to start the time now, and then I'm going to walk you through some couple of options here. Option 1, you can stay right here with the arms straight, hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers, and you're going to relax your neck, relax your shoulders, just let your head hang. Make sure you're not locking in this right leg. Make sure that knee has a slight, soft, gentle bend. If you need to bend it a little bit more, you can, but we want to work towards keeping that leg straight so we have the whole bottom of the right foot firmly planted in the ground. If you need to tuck the left toes, you can, but I just want to make sure that you check in that you're not leaning too far forward and that we're not going too far back. We want to keep our hips squared and not necessarily stacked over the knees, but keeping them centered and neutral. And you can toggle the intensity of this pose, which we're going to hover around maybe 6, 7 out of 10, by sliding the leg out a little bit further. If you need to slide the knee out a little bit towards the left, you can, but I promise it won't take much or long for you to find and hold this tension on the inside of the right thigh. You can poke around in there and you'll find these adductor muscles coming online. That tension is there. Once you find that tension, hold it, check in with that intensity level, and settle in here. So you can stay right here with the arms straight, or maybe you need to use some blocks here. You can bring your hands to blocks. You can change the heights, and maybe you come down with forearms on the blocks, palms up. But again, slightly press the hips back. Don't go too far back, but just enough so you can feel and hold that tension on the inside of the right leg. We just passed the 2-minute mark. Again, we're going to be here for 5 minutes. Do not force your body to hold this pose for the 5 whole minutes if it's not ready for it. We don't want to stress the body out. We're trying to get the body used to shapes like this so we can return to it frequently, and the body will be a little bit quicker to adapt to this pose, relax in it, and allow you to find a deeper stretch when the muscles are ready. So find where you need to be to feel supported, letting the torso melt towards the ground, or again, arms can be straight, relaxing the neck and the shoulders, let the head hang. Slightly press back. Soft bend in the knee. We got 2 more minutes here. Close the eyes and breathe. You might feel this through the calf and into the ankle as well. All normal places to feel it. Don't force anything as you start to relax into this pose. The head will just hang organically. Don't force it to go anywhere. Okay, we've got 1 more minute. Closing the eyes, coming back to that breath. Long, deep inhales through the nose. Even longer, gentler sighs out the mouth. If you like to count your breath, we inhale through the nose for the count of 4, and we exhale out the mouth for the count of 8. Softening the elbows so we're not pressing ourselves out and away from the ground. We want to melt towards the ground. Okay, go ahead and slightly lean forward so you have space to bend the right knee and bring it back into center. We're going to set up for the other leg here. So start in tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Slide that right knee out to the right, so it's out a little bit. It's not right underneath your hip. And then extend the left leg long, planting the foot firmly down on the ground. Again, you can tuck the right toes if that helps with the balance, but we want this left leg long, firmly planted on the ground and almost parallel with the outer edge of our blanket or our mat if we're using the mat. The heel might slightly kick out a little bit and the toes slightly in. That is okay. Soft bend in the knee, don't lock in the knee. And again, we want to guide the hips back slightly. We're not trying to sit back on our heel or anything. We're just coming back very gently, just a little bit, so that we can find and hold this tension on the inside of the right thigh. Again, you can poke around in there and feel those muscles coming online. And again, option 1, you can stay right here with the arms long, fingers are spread. Relax through the neck, shoulders, let the head hang. You can also use blocks. Maybe you place blocks underneath your hands. Maybe that feels a little bit more supported. Maybe you can find a deeper stretch here if you need to. Across a minute number 1. We got 4 more minutes to go. And remember, we're just using these options and the props to toggle this intensity. We want to hover around that 6, 7 out of 10 here. Where are we at? Start to settle in, breathe there, close the eyes. We're crossing past a minute number 2. We've got 3 more minutes to go. You guys are doing great. This is not easy work, but it is effective. You'll start to notice some changes in everything you do as you keep moving through your stretching practice here. Just making sure you're not pressing into your hands to press your torso away from the body, softening the elbows and slightly pressing the hips back just a little bit. Make sure the back, the spine is neutral, that we're not adding an arch. We're not rounding the back and we're not arching the back. It's just neutral here. The only thing that is moving is the hips, if we're moving them slightly forward or slightly back. We're approaching minute number 3. 2 more minutes to go. We're at minute number 4. We've got 1 more minute to go. See if you can relax a little bit more. Maybe bring the focus more onto that breath. Begin to guide the chest forward, shoulders forward, so that you can bend the left knee and come on back to center. Good job. We're going to move into our next pose here. We're going to do a forward fold with the assistance of the wall. So you'll want to find some wall space and then maybe bring a blanket or two, a couple of blocks. If you have the smaller block, a block that's the size smaller than this one, you can bring that as well. Go ahead and pause the video, find your wall space, find your props, and I'll meet you there in just a moment. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you found your wall space. Hopefully you brought your props with you. We'll need a blanket and maybe a couple blocks here. There's the skinny block there, a thick block. Bring pillows, bring all sorts of things to help you with this one. This one's a little tricky, but you will find it very quickly in our hamstrings. We're gonna come right to the meaty part, right on the back of the thighs here. To set this up, again, maybe you're sitting on the edge of a block, right? Especially if you need some support in the back, because we want to sit in a way, we want to keep the spine straight, and we're going to hinge forward. So maybe you have a block. You can experiment with the different heights. Maybe a blanket is what will work best for you. But we're going to go ahead and just pick one of them to try out. And we're going to set this up so that you can check in and see how it feels before we hold our pose. So you want to go ahead and straighten your arms behind you. You want to scoot so that you are your arm length away from the wall. Your feet are about hips width apart. Now you can bend your knees if you want to. That might help keep the spine straight and hinging forward. Or maybe you feel good keeping the legs straight and hinging forward. The trick with this one is to make sure that this back is straight, the hips feel supported, and we're hinging here. So we're gonna lead with our chest. Lift the chin if that helps you. Hinging forward, hinging forward. You might not get to, you might not go very far, which is totally fine. We're gonna bring our hands behind us and we're gonna use the support of our hands to help us hinge forward a little bit deeper. So again, keep that spine long. Now start with the hands low and to come forward. Those elbows will start to squeeze in towards one another, shoulder blades squeeze in. Find that long spine and start, again, hinge forward. Maybe you bend the knees and hinge forward. I'm gonna go ahead and start our time here. 5 minutes is gonna feel like forever in this. So find that long spine. Are your hips supported or your back supported? Can you hinge forward without rounding in your back here? Then you wanna stay using those props underneath your hips. Otherwise, add more or remove them. Bring the hands to the wall, elbows squeeze in towards one another, long spine, and you start to walk the hands up so that you can come out and over the legs a little bit deeper. Again, you might not go far at all to find this stretch here. Hands come down towards the ground. Hands walk up to bring you deeper into the pose. Long spine, shoulder blades squeeze in towards one another. Maybe you need to add more support underneath the hips. Maybe you need to remove some of the support. Again, you might not come far at all. It's not hard to find this tension at all. Careful, make sure that your legs, the quads here, are softened. They're not engaging to pull you into the pose. You can use a little bit of strength to help you get into this shape, but once you get into it, relax. Relax those muscles. This is a very difficult one for me to get in as well. Long spine, hinging forward. Hands on the walls. Again, if you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. This might help you find some more space here. Your hamstrings are still getting their stretch. Lead with the chest, lift the chin. Careful not to slide off the wall. Spread those fingers, find that Spider-Man grip. Even if you're gazing beyond the toes, keep the chin lifted. This will encourage the hinging forward over the legs here. So there's a lot going on in this pose. We're gonna feel it in the shoulders as we're opening our chest forward. You're gonna feel it in the hips, you're gonna feel it in the back, you're gonna feel it in the hamstrings and the back of the thighs. As we're in this pose, we start to appreciate these forward folds even more. When we see our yoga friends or yoga teachers just gracefully getting into these forward folds, we start to appreciate it so much more, because this pose is making us realize this is not an easy pose to do. Forward folding, there has to be a lot of opening for us to find that shape. Again, we are focused on how this feels, finding that tension, holding it there, using props to toggle that tension. Hover around the 6, 7 out of 10, whatever that looks like for you. You can crawl the hands up more. If you need to go a little bit deeper, you can bring them down lower. Again, add more support underneath the hips so you can keep the spine long. We're almost there. Bending the knees if you need to. There's lots of different variations here, lots of different options that you can try that will help you find a stretch. Leading with the chest, lift the chin. If your legs are straight, you're gently pressing through the heel, flexing the feet. We're approaching minute number 4 already. We've got 1 more minute to go. You hold these poses, just notice any sensations that arrive in the body. Again, discomfort's good, pain is not. If you have any pain, we need to back it out. We need to prop it up more. Listen to the body. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Do not hold your breath. Especially if this is the first time doing any of these poses. Your body is really wondering what in the world is going on here. It's when you really want to communicate with it. Let it know it's okay. We're doing these crazy poses for a reason. We're safe here. It's okay to relax. Okay, we're going to start to work our way out of this. So walk the hands down, down, down. Maybe bend the knees as you come up, up, up. And we are done. That last one was a little tricky there. So great job, guys. We are done stretching, doing our stretches for our hamstrings here. Again, these are stretches that you do after strength building. These are not for warming up for any kind of strength building exercises. So please make sure that you're either doing this practice at the end of the day, preferably before bed, or you're going to give your body at least a minimum of 2 hours of rest before jumping into your muscle building, strength building exercises. So thank you guys so much for stretching with me today. We have another session in the books. We are just moving right along. Again, thank you guys so much for stretching with me. I hope to see you back here for another session on your mat, at home, at work, wherever you're at practicing this. I hope to see you guys all again very, very soon. Have a beautiful day. Thank you guys so much. I will see you soon. Keep stretching. Don't give up. It'll get easier, I promise.